Thank you, Mr. El-Shazli. We now have Nuraddin Abdulmannan with the Nubia Project.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Nuraddin. I'm a former Sudanese diplomat and the head of Sudan Human Rights Organization and Nubia Project in Washington, D.C. I've been here for the last 20 years, struggling for the causes of the oppressed people of Sudan. And I'm here to address the issues concerning the Nubians who are marginalized by both the Sudanese government and the Egyptian government. Nubia sacrificed its land for the prosperity of Egypt, and Egypt is keeping its waters for the last 45 years on our land for free. And we are living in darkness, no electricity, while Egypt is shipping its electricity across the Suez Canal to Asia, to some neighboring countries over there. Just across the border, the Nubians are in total darkness, poverty, marginalized. Their land is destroyed by both the Sudanese and Egyptian regimes. And we want the Egyptian government to be sincere and listen to our problems and our grievances. We don't want to give up our land. We don't want to give our land for free for Arabs and Islamists who are coming to invade our land, establish a new Andalusia along the Nile from Alexandria to the lakes. They started buying the whole lands across Egypt and Sudan to the lakes in Africa, deep in Africa. The rich and wealthy Arabs of the Gulf started buying the whole lands. They are going to kick us out into the desert. We don't want to be second-class citizens in our land. Enough is enough. We gave more than we can for the prosperity of the Egyptian people. And we do love and respect the Egyptian people, but we don't love the Egyptian regimes. Since 1902, when the Aswan Dam was built, and then later on it came to the High Dam and so on, we gave and gave. But we were not recognized. Our gift, our free gift wasn't recognized. So, as Nubian Americans here, we told Obama administration and the Congress that we are the taxpayers and we don't want our money to go to a regime that is destroying us, building series of dams on the Nubian land. Nubia will be gone within very few years. And we will fight back. This time, it's not a joke. Because we have nothing to lose after this. If we lose our land, then we have nothing to lose after that. So, this is a friendly message to our brothers and sisters in Egypt, and also to our brothers and sisters the Copts, who are oppressed like us, that we are going to fight against this policy of destruction of Nubia, and we will also ask the American people and the Congress and the administration to slash a part of the money given to Hosni Mubarak's regime, because this is our money. They cannot destroy us with our money. Already this motion is moving inside the Congress now. Egypt, or Hosni Mubarak, I'm sorry to say Egypt, Egypt is not a culprit in this matter, only the regime. Hosni Mubarak is pretending to be very friendly and protecting the Sudanese government, whose president is on the run. He is wanted by the International Criminal Court as a war criminal. And Hosni Mubarak is the one who is giving the blanket or protection to this wanted president, while Hosni Mubarak himself is occupying Halab Triangle, the size of Jordan. How come an occupier protecting an occupied country? There's no logic. So if there is sincerity in making a unity between Sudan and Egypt and so on, these aggressive policies must stop forthwith. We have the land, we have the mineral resources, natural resources in abundance, we have the underground water, everything. And we have enough land to accommodate not only Egypt, even other neighboring countries and so on, but not to become as second-class citizens. We want to be first-class citizens, equal to all people of the land. Nubia, which protected Jerusalem in 701 BC, 3,000 years ago, an army led by Taharqa, and saved Jerusalem, is under attack now by the Islamists and Arabs. They are coming to replace us because we are the only pocket, non-Arab pocket between Egypt and Sudan. So this is a message to our brothers and sisters in Egypt that they must take us seriously. We stand firmly in support of the rights of the Copts. We were one through history. Even the Nubians were believers of the Coptic religion. We share many things. We share the history. We are the owners of the land, owners of the makers of the history of the Nile. And this is the only language which is spoken for the last 3,000 years. The Nubian language is written in Coptic alphabets. We wrote it after 800 years. We brought it back to life. So we are on a very big journey. We want to resist. We want to live. We want to stay on our ancestral lands. And also live in peace with other components of the Egyptian and Sudanese communities. We are not enemies to anybody, but we will resist any kind of destruction to Nubia. We want you to help us in stopping building these dams on the Nile, because it's going to destroy the richest archaeological sites of the world. And UNESCO knows that. We approached them also. And we told them that we don't want Farouk Hosni to be the head of UNESCO, because throughout his ministerial job for the last 20 years, he never gave any chance to a Nubian to hold a position in the media, or a minister, or a politician, or a diplomat, or so on. Nubians are crushed over there. So when we talk about the unity between Nubians in Egypt and Sudan, it's not less than talking about the unity between Arabs from Syria to Mauritania. Why that is permissible and it's not allowed for the Nubians to talk about their unity? We are one nation. Our Coptic believers, brothers and sisters, and Nubians, we share the same history, and we are in the same trench. We want to fight back. We want to resist. We want to live on our ancestral lands. We are the oldest indigenous people of the Nile Valley. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdulmannan of the Nubia Project. I think his statement illustrates precisely the richness and uniqueness of this coalition insofar as it brings together diverse elements of the Egyptian population that that recently have been alienated from each other. So we're certainly very sympathetic to the cause, and we hope that everybody that's listening pays attention to this critical cause. Next, we have Mr. Omar Afifi, who is the president of Hukuk al-Nas, or the Rights of the People, who may need translation.